My friend, today I wish to speak to you about the most powerful force you can develop within yourself, a force that will determine your success or failure more certainly than any external circumstance. I speak of self-confidence. In my decades of studying the most successful individuals across America, I have observed a singular quality present in every one of them: absolute, unwavering confidence in their ability to achieve their desires. This confidence isn't arrogance. It isn't an inflated sense of self-importance. Rather, it is the calm, assured knowledge that you possess the capacity to accomplish what you set out to do. It is the absence of fear and doubt, replaced by faith and certainty. The question before you today is not whether self-confidence is valuable, for that is beyond dispute, but how you may develop it systematically and permanently within yourself. There exists a proven method for developing this unstoppable self-confidence, and in the next 45 minutes, I shall share it with you in complete detail. This method has transformed timid, uncertain individuals into titans of industry, leaders of men, and masters of their own destiny. It can do the same for you if you will apply it diligently. First, you must understand that confidence begins with thought. It is a state of mind that you must deliberately cultivate. It cannot be purchased, inherited, or bestowed upon you by another. It must be developed from within. The starting point is to recognize the power of your own thoughts. Your mind is the one thing over which you have complete, unquestionable control. While you cannot control every circumstance of your life, you can control how you think about those circumstances, and your thoughts determine how you feel, how you act, and ultimately, what you achieve. Most people live their entire lives without ever realizing this fundamental truth. They believe themselves to be victims of circumstance, luck, or the actions of others. They feel buffeted about by forces beyond their control, and as a result, they never develop true confidence. But you, my friend, must understand this principle clearly. Your thoughts are the seeds from which your life grows. Plant seeds of confidence, certainty, and capability, and you will harvest a life of achievement, security, and success. Now, let me share with you the first practical step in developing unstoppable self-confidence. You must define precisely what you want to accomplish. Confidence cannot exist in a vacuum. It must be applied to specific aims, definite goals, and clear purposes. Vague notions of being more confident will yield no results. Instead, ask yourself, in what specific endeavors do I wish to develop confidence? What particular goals do I wish to achieve with certainty? Perhaps you seek confidence in your business dealings, in public speaking, in your personal relationships, or in your creative pursuits. Whatever the area, define it clearly in writing. This definiteness serves two vital purposes. First, it focuses your mental energy on specific targets rather than dispersing it in general wishes. Second, it allows you to measure your progress concretely, which is essential for building and maintaining confidence. Once you have defined your aims, the second step in my method is to create a clear, detailed plan for their achievement. Self-confidence flourishes when you have a definite course of action. Doubt and fear thrive in the absence of plans. When you know exactly what you must do next, you eliminate the paralysis of uncertainty. Your plan must include definite steps, a timeline for their completion, and contingencies for potential obstacles. It need not be perfect. Indeed, it will certainly require adjustment as you proceed, but it must be specific enough to provide clear direction. In creating this plan, be neither overly optimistic nor unnecessarily pessimistic. The successful individuals I have studied are practical dreamers. They aim high, but they ground their ambitions in realistic assessments of what is possible through persistent, intelligent effort. With your goals defined and your plan established, the third step in developing unstoppable self-confidence is perhaps the most crucial. You must act immediately. Nothing destroys confidence more completely than procrastination. Each time you delay action, you reinforce the belief that you are not ready, not capable, or not worthy of success. Each time you act promptly, you strengthen the opposite belief. Many people wait until they feel confident before taking action. This is a grave error. Confidence does not precede action, it follows it. You must act your way into feeling, not wait to feel your way into action. Begin with small steps if necessary, but begin. Complete the easiest, most manageable tasks in your plan first, then build to more challenging ones. Each completed action, no matter how small, is evidence of your capability. This evidence accumulates in your subconscious mind, gradually replacing doubt with certainty. Remember always that confidence is built through evidence, not through wishes or affirmations alone. The most powerful evidence comes from your own achievements, no matter how modest they may seem at first. Now, as you begin taking action toward your goals, you will inevitably encounter the fourth essential element in developing self-confidence. You must persist through failure. Every setback, every mistake, every temporary defeat contains the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit, if you have the wisdom to find it. The confident individual is not one who never fails, but one who extracts value from failure and continues undeterred. When you encounter obstacles, and you will encounter them, do not interpret them as evidence of your inadequacy. Instead, view them as opportunities to refine your approach, strengthen your resolve, and deepen your understanding. This perspective transforms failure from a confidence-destroying experience into a confidence-building one. It is not the event itself, but your interpretation of it that determines its effect on your self-confidence. Study the lives of successful individuals in any field, and you will find a consistent pattern: early failures, persistent effort, eventual triumph. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the electric light bulb. Henry Ford went bankrupt multiple times before building his automotive empire. These men did not succeed despite their failures. They succeeded because of what they learned from them. The fifth element in developing unstoppable self-confidence is to systematically expand your comfort zone. Confidence cannot grow in the narrow confines of familiar activities and safe choices. It requires progressive challenges that stretch your capabilities and prove your resilience. Identify activities that make you uncomfortable, but would enhance your confidence if mastered. Perhaps it is speaking in public, initiating conversations with strangers, making important decisions without excessive deliberation, or expressing your genuine opinions when they differ from those around you. Approach these challenges gradually but consistently. If public speaking terrifies you, begin by speaking to small, friendly groups before attempting larger audiences. If decision-making paralyzes you, start with minor decisions before tackling major ones. Each time you survive and succeed at something that once frightened you, your confidence expands. Each expanded boundary becomes the new normal, the new baseline from which you can stretch further. The sixth crucial element in my method for developing self-confidence is to vigilantly guard your mental environment. Your mind is influenced by everything it regularly encounters: the books you read, the conversations you have, the programs you watch, and especially the people with whom you associate. Confidence is fragile in its early stages. It can be damaged by constant exposure to negative, doubtful, or cynical influences. Protect it fiercely by controlling what enters your mind. Surround yourself with confident, achievement-oriented individuals whenever possible. Their attitudes and beliefs will influence your own through the subtle power of suggestion and example. Limit your exposure to chronic complainers, habitual skeptics, and those who have surrendered to mediocrity. Read biographies of successful individuals who overcame significant obstacles. Their stories provide both inspiration and practical strategies for building confidence. Study philosophical works that emphasize human potential and personal responsibility rather than victimhood or determinism. Listen to uplifting, instructive material during your commute or other regular activities. The modern world provides unprecedented access to the wisdom of the ages through books, recordings, and educational programs. Leverage this advantage to your benefit. Above all, monitor your self-talk rigorously. The conversations you have with yourself are the most influential of all. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk or self-doubt, consciously replace these thoughts with affirmations of your capability and worth. Which brings me to the seventh element of developing unstoppable self-confidence, the practice of autosuggestion. Your subconscious mind accepts as true whatever is impressed upon it with sufficient emotion and repetition. It does not distinguish between factual truth and imagined truth. This principle can be used to systematically replace doubt with confidence, fear with courage, and hesitation with decisive action. Create specific affirmations related to your goals and the confidence you wish to develop. These should be stated in the present tense, as if the desired condition already exists. For example, I am confident and effective in business negotiations, or I speak clearly and persuasively to any audience. Write these affirmations by hand and read them aloud to yourself twice daily, once upon waking and once before sleeping, when your subconscious mind is most receptive. As you read, visualize yourself possessing and demonstrating the confidence described. This practice may seem artificial at first, even foolish. Many dismiss it without trial, to their detriment. I assure you from both personal experience and observation of countless successful individuals that this method, applied consistently, produces remarkable changes in one's self-concept and consequent behavior. The eighth vital element in developing unstoppable self-confidence is perhaps the most challenging. You must act with confidence even when you do not feel it. There exists a profound psychological law that your actions tend to align with your self-image. But there exists an equally powerful corollary. Your self-image tends to align with your actions. Act confidently, and you will become confident. This requires a form of beneficial self-deception. You must behave outwardly as the confident person you wish to become, even when inwardly you harbor doubts. Stand straight. Make eye contact. Speak clearly and with conviction. Make decisions promptly. Take initiative where others hesitate. This is not dishonesty, but a practical application of the law of habit. Any behavior, repeated frequently enough, becomes automatic. By consistently acting in confident ways, you create neural pathways that eventually make such behavior your natural response rather than a conscious effort. The ninth element in my method is to develop specialized knowledge in your chosen field. Nothing generates confidence like genuine competence. When you know with certainty that you possess valuable skills or knowledge, your confidence has a solid foundation that is difficult to shake. Identify the specific knowledge and skills that would most enhance your effectiveness in your chosen endeavors. Then pursue that knowledge with systematic determination. Take courses, read authoritative books, apprentice yourself to experts, practice diligently. The knowledge must be specialized rather than general to build maximum confidence. A general familiarity with many subjects creates less confidence than deep expertise in one area. Focus your efforts where they will yield the greatest return in terms of both practical results and enhanced self-assurance. As your competence grows, document your progress. Keep records of problems solved, skills mastered, and knowledge acquired. Review these periodically as evidence of your growth and capability. The 10th and final element in developing unstoppable self-confidence is to serve others with your developing talents and abilities. Paradoxically, confidence flourishes when your focus shifts from yourself to the value you can provide to others. When your primary concern is how you appear or whether you will succeed, your attention is misdirected. When your primary concern is how you can contribute, solve problems, or add value, your natural capabilities engage more fully. Moreover, service to others provides external validation of your worth and abilities. When you see the positive impact of your efforts on others' lives or businesses, you receive undeniable evidence of your value. This service need not be charitable, though such work certainly builds confidence. It can be through your business, your creative expressions, your leadership, or any other avenue where your talents meet others' needs. Now, my friend, let me address several obstacles you may encounter in applying this method for developing unstoppable self-confidence. The first and perhaps most insidious obstacle is the habit of comparison. Many people destroy their confidence by constantly comparing themselves unfavorably to others who appear more successful, talented, or confident. Remember that you see only the external results of others' efforts, not their internal struggles, doubts, or failures. The most confident-appearing individuals often battle significant private insecurities. Judge your progress against your previous self, not against others whose circumstances and challenges differ from your own. The second common obstacle is perfectionism. The belief that you must perform flawlessly or possess complete knowledge before moving forward is a primary destroyer of confidence. Perfection is unattainable and therefore an irrational standard. Excellence, continuous improvement, and persistent effort are rational and confidence-building standards. The third obstacle is impatience. Confidence develops gradually through consistent application of the principles I've outlined. There will be breakthroughs, moments when your confidence makes sudden, dramatic leaps, but the overall trajectory is one of steady, incremental growth. Expect this pattern and celebrate small improvements rather than becoming discouraged by their modest scale. The fourth obstacle is excessive self-consciousness. Preoccupation with how others perceive you diverts mental energy from performance and achievement. The confident individual is task-focused rather than self-focused, concerned more with effective action than with appearance or reputation. To overcome this, practice what psychologists now call flow states, complete absorption in challenging but manageable activities that fully engage your capabilities. During such states, self-consciousness disappears, performance improves, and confidence grows naturally. The fifth and perhaps most challenging obstacle is past conditioning. Many individuals have had confidence systematically undermined by well-meaning but misguided parents, teachers, or peers who emphasize their limitations, failures, or weaknesses rather than their potential, successes, or strengths. This conditioning creates deep-seated beliefs about your capabilities and worth that operate below conscious awareness. Recognizing and replacing these beliefs requires persistent effort through the autosuggestion practices I've described, as well as through conscious reinterpretation of your past experiences. Remember that no past experience has an inherent meaning. You assign meaning to events through your interpretation of them. Past failures can be reframed as valuable learning experiences, evidence of courage, or necessary steps on the path to eventual success. Now, my friend, let me share with you some specific applications of unstoppable self-confidence in particular areas of life. In business and career advancement, self-confidence manifests as the willingness to accept challenging assignments, offer innovative ideas, request appropriate compensation, and persist through competitive situations. It enables you to lead others effectively because they sense and respond to your certainty. To build confidence in this area specifically, start by mastering small challenges before advancing to larger ones. Document your successes methodically. Develop expertise in high-value skills within your field. Associate with achievement-oriented colleagues. Volunteer for presentations or projects that stretch your abilities but remain within the realm of possible success. In social situations, self-confidence appears as ease in conversation, comfort with both speaking and listening, and the ability to disagree respectfully without becoming defensive. It allows you to approach strangers, express authentic opinions, and navigate conflicts constructively. Develop confidence in this domain by preparing thoughtful questions before social events, practicing active listening, gradually increasing the assertiveness of your communication, and reminding yourself that others are typically more concerned with their own presentation than with judging yours. In personal development, self-confidence enables you to attempt new skills, adopt beneficial habits, abandon harmful ones, and persist through the inevitable plateaus in learning and growth. It helps you distinguish between helpful and unhelpful feedback and incorporate the former while discarding the latter. Strengthen confidence here by setting small, achievable growth goals before attempting dramatic transformations. Celebrate progress diligently. Use visual records of improvement where possible. Associate with others pursuing similar development goals who can provide both support and accountability. In creative endeavors, self-confidence allows you to share your work despite the risk of criticism, experiment with new approaches, despite the possibility of failure, and persist through periods of blocked progress or inspiration. It helps you evaluate feedback objectively rather than emotionally. Build confidence in creative work by starting with small, low-risk projects. Share your work first with supportive individuals before seeking broader exposure. Study the early, imperfect works of masters in your field to reinforce that excellence develops through practice rather than emerging fully formed. In financial matters, self-confidence supports reasonable risk-taking, appropriate investment, effective negotiation, and the pursuit of greater income or wealth. It prevents both reckless speculation and excessive conservatism. Develop financial confidence by first mastering basic financial literacy, then making small, research-based investments or business decisions before attempting larger ones. Track your successes and extract lessons from setbacks rather than allowing them to discourage further effort. My friend, as we approach the conclusion of our discussion, let me emphasize that developing unstoppable self-confidence is not an event but a process. It does not occur overnight through wishful thinking or momentary inspiration. It develops through the systematic, persistent application of the principles I have outlined. The method I have shared with you today represents the distilled wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals I have studied throughout my life's work. It is not theoretical but practical, proven through countless real-world applications across diverse fields of endeavor. Begin today with a single step. Define one specific area in which greater confidence would significantly benefit your life. Create a simple plan for developing that confidence using the elements I've described. Then take immediate action, however small, in accordance with that plan. Remember that confidence grows through evidence, and the most compelling evidence comes from your own experiences of capability and achievement. Create that evidence through consistent action, and your confidence will develop naturally and inevitably. You possess within you right now all the essential qualities needed for remarkable achievement. Your potential is limited only by your willingness to develop and express that potential through dedicated effort. The method I have shared provides the structure for that effort. Apply it diligently, and you will develop not merely temporary situational confidence, but the deep, unshakable self-assurance that characterizes those who accomplish truly significant achievements. The choice now lies before you. You can continue as you have been, allowing doubt and hesitation to limit your possibilities. Or you can begin immediately to develop the unstoppable self-confidence that will transform every aspect of your life. The method is proven. The principles are clear. The potential reward is beyond calculation. All that remains is for you to take the first step, then the next, and the next after that. I have every confidence that you will do so, starting today.